Hi everybody and welcome back. In today's video, and so close to a new year with new possibilities, both good and bad, I feel the need for a short rant and on a subject I addressed on my other channel a few times before, and this time on here just in a slightly different context. As an avid YouTube watcher, I see this pop up time and time again, whether it concerns true crime or then my other pet subject, the royal family. In the Moscow, Idaho case of the 4 murdered students, it is happening once again. Just like in the Summerwells case, the Monkey Vaughan case, just like in the Kylie Rodney case, and many other cases where social media and in particular platforms like YouTube are being blamed for everything and anything. If a case is not progressing the way it should, then it is social media or social media creators and posters' fault. And quite frankly, I am quite sick of it. I, of course, accept that there are a few nuts and crazies on any platform, just like there is in general society. And I agree that when someone goes overboard and truly put out harmful content, whether it is because they are mentally ill or whether they are trying to be controversial to gain clicks and views, does not matter. The public needs to be protected, and removing such individuals or taking legal action against them is indeed the right thing to do. But to blame social media as a whole is just wrong and idiotic. Looking at social media surrounding the Moscow 4 case, except for the one nutter on TikTok, most of the creators I watch are very respectful and doing an excellent job. And I'm watching a lot of channels pertaining to this particular case. Channels like Harsh Reality, Crime Circus, Bullhorn Betty, Chronicles by Olivia, Jonathan Lee Riches, Profiling Evil, Michelle After Dark, Illuminati, Plunder, and many others. Watching all those channels, some of which are often in the line of fire when it comes to criticism, I can honestly say that I'm yet to come across any of them being disrespectful or grossly out of line. As a matter of fact, some of them are doing an excellent job staying on top of this case and unearthing certain clues and material. And of course, keeping the case alive and bringing attention to it. But then comes the doublespeak from mainstream media who all have YouTube channels themselves, family, law enforcement, and sometimes YouTube channels and creators themselves. We have to listen to endless discussions on social media about the harm and interference of social media on the case. Yes, indeed, you heard me right. We listen to discussions on social media about the harm social media is or can do to this case. Now, please make this make sense. We have law enforcement appearing in the media and social media asking for the public's help and assistance. We have law enforcement having their own social media accounts on Facebook and Twitter, yet preaching about the interference and harm of social media and even threatening legal action should people be harassed or doxxed. But who decides what constitutes harassment or doxing? What is harassment? One phone call, one email, or 10? What constitutes doxing? Asking someone's opinion in public, showing their face, or passing on information to law enforcement. Let's say I come across something suspicious or strange be it wherever, and I do a bit of online sleuthing and find the person's real name and address, and I pass it on to law enforcement. This person may still be 100% innocent and just happened not to be good with words or thought he or she was being funny. Yet, now the police or FBI may visit his or her home or speak to their family. Well, in the real world, those people can perceive it as harassment. So did I, in fact, dox them? I guess so. But at the same time, law enforcement is actively asking for the public to send in anything they think may be of interest and value. Now let's look at another scenario. And let's say a YouTube creator comes across someone willing to talk to them on camera, no matter what they talk about. But this person is indeed willing and eager to speak out, give information and his or her opinion. Like, for instance, the neighbor Inan Harsh in the Moscow case. So he talks, he appears on camera, and then the public starts forming opinions and theories, some of which this man Harsh may not or does not like. And now it is all social media's fault. Now make that make sense. Now, at no point do I wish to troll or criticize families, but in the Summerwell's case, we had the parents talking to YouTube creators, and often they were intoxicated or high when doing these interviews. Yet, it is social media and the creators' fault that there is speculation surrounding their involvement in the crime. Now, we are seeing the same thing happening in the Moscow case. We have family members coming out and speaking to the media who once again post these interviews on their own social media or then YouTube channels. We have family speaking to YouTube creators and even showing YouTube creators how they are doing their own sleuthing on social media. Yet, at the same time, these very people are angry at social media for discussing and speculating about people attached to the case. How and why? So they expect or think that it is okay to talk themselves, but that we are not supposed to watch and not talk about it? I certainly don't get it. It does not make sense. And now, in closing, I want to address the subject of Jack DeCoeur, or as he is better known on social media as Jack D. Now, personally, I do not think he is guilty or committed the murders, but I can fully understand why he is under so much scrutiny by the public. And let me explain. Yes, he was the ex-boyfriend of Kaylee Gonzalez, but in my opinion, that is not why he constantly resurfaces on social media. In my opinion, he resurfaces because of the words and actions of those who are trying to allegedly protect him. A day or two into the case, law enforcement announced that he had been one of those cleared, yet they did not say how or why. Now, I'm not saying they should have told us the finer details, but the least they could have done was to say his whereabouts have been verified, but they didn't. Then Kaylee's family came out, and the mother and sister told the media that they know 100% that Jack D had nothing to do with it and that they support him 1000%. Well, our question would automatically be, were they there? Then the sister, now please note, the sister of Kaylee, and not Jack himself, but Kaylee's sister, said that Jack was asleep. Now, again, our immediate question would be, how does she know that? Was she there watching him? Anyway, now a reliable source confirmed to Bullhorn Betty that indeed it was Jack D in the screenshot or still taken of security camera footage in the corner club. It was indeed Jack D sitting on that stool talking to Kaylee and Maddie at 1:32 a.m. So now it looks as if Jack D was lying. But in reality, it wasn't Jack D lying. It was Kaylee's sister giving the wrong information or not making herself clear in that interview, because being at the corner club at 1:32 does not mean that he was not asleep at 3 a.m. He could very well have been, but anyone with half a brain would have questions. What time did he leave the corner club? And why didn't he answer Kaylee and Maddie's calls? He saw them leave at approximately or just after 1:32 a.m. They were intoxicated. It was late, in my opinion. And if I truly cared for someone, and the last time I saw them was under such circumstances, I would be concerned receiving numerous calls from them. At the very least, I would want to know that they are okay and safe. And why didn't he walk the girls to the grub truck or then join them and Hootie Guy? If you love someone as much as he supposedly loved Kaylee, would you be happy with her leaving a bar intoxicated and with another guy? And now, my $1,000,000 question. If you were Kaylee's parents and you had entrusted your daughter to this guy numerous times before, wouldn't you be just a little peeved at him for not taking better care of your daughter in this instance or under these circumstances? I mean, just a little. Yet they are using social media to convince us that they are not. Does that make sense? Now, do you see and understand why I get a little frustrated and a little ticked off when we are preached to by law enforcement, by the families, by mainstream media, and even more ridiculously, by social media contributors themselves? The fact is that social media is an excellent tool for law enforcement and families to use to fill in the blanks, to build a picture, and often contributors do a lot of work for the police, maybe indirectly. Haven't we heard of instances where police actually found a creator and asked her where she found a certain image? Yes, we have, in the Kylie Rodney case. Hasn't there been instances where footage from YouTube creators helped locate a body? Yes, there has, in the Gabby Petito case. I honestly think it is time this nonsense stops. Fight with those individuals who deserve fighting with, but stop blaming social media and creators as a whole. Stop blaming free speech and freedom of thought and opinion for all your own failings and mistakes. It is becoming all too convenient to blame a faceless social media for everything that ails anybody and everybody. Fix yourself before you try to fix others. Having said that, of course, the family, friends, and anyone else can choose to speak to whomever they want to. But everyone should apply common sense. If you open your mouth and it goes public, others will join the conversation, invited and uninvited. And that is a fact. Okay, guys, so that is my last rant on here for the year. I wish you everything of the best for 2023. Please stay safe and take care of yourselves and others. Bye.